Hi, I'm Zach from CoreXL, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk today about sports hernias, okay, how to protect against them, what causes them, and then also how to fix them. And we're also going to talk about low back pain on one side versus the other side. And generally this comes from playing one-sided sports. So if you're right-handed and you're swinging on your right side with golf or with tennis or with baseball, you're throwing on that side, okay, you develop a lot of core weaknesses on your left side versus your right side, and also hip deficiencies. Keep in mind, even if you're not a swinging sport athlete, okay, you can still develop unilateral weaknesses in your core because you're right-handed or you're left-handed. So what I'd like to do is just talk about my sports hernia that I had for 7 years, and also my low back pain and how these exercises help to fix those. So as far as sports hernia goes, I still have it, okay? It's popped out. Like, there's no doubt that I need surgery on it. But I elected not to get surgery because I knew there was weaknesses that were causing this. And I knew if I took the pressure off it by fixing the weaknesses, then I most likely wouldn't need to get surgery. But now, since everything's built up and strong, I don't have any pain there, but it would probably be a good idea for me to go and get surgery now. But now it's going to hold up. My concern was, okay, you get the surgery, well, what caused it? If I don't fix these weaknesses and then I go get the surgery, well then 10 years, 5 years down the road, something might happen again there. So that's why it was important for me to do these exercises I'm going to show you in order to fix this. Then as far as my low back pain, so I went from basically tennis on a national level from 10 years old till 20 years old, just swinging more on my right side than my left side. And then I went into boxing, MMA, and then I thought I was taking it easy playing golf, and that was actually the worst sport on my body. So all those sports led to me having these deficiencies and led to me on this discovery and journey to try to correct them through the exercise I'm going to show you. So let's go into it now. So the first exercise I developed, okay, was a unilateral strengthening exercise for the abs on my left side. This is where the hernia was, okay? And basically my right ab was like literally popped out like this because it was so strong, and my left ab, there was nothing. And I've been doing core exercise for years, but that's how bad the compensation was. It would just go right over to the right side, no matter how many planks, no matter how many leg lifts, it would always build up the right side because I just had that much of a deficiency. So this side, I would just spend all my time on the left side really developing that core weaknesses. And I started just like this. I had to start this high because there'd be pain basically in my hip flexor and also in the hernia. So I started this high. I just crunch up, I kept my back flat. Then I started developing it lower here. And then once it felt easy, that's when I put an ankle weight on, okay? And I built it up to 7 pounds here, just like this, okay? Nice and easy, nice straight line here. All the pressure, I'm feeling it all on my left abdominal. So the next exercise in progression, okay? So I basically lifted this leg up. I put my hand on this side. I wasn't trying to touch my knee to my elbow, but I'm taking that angle there, and then I'm coming up. And I have 5 pounds on here. Then I just slowly built that up. I started with no weight, and then I got up to 5 pounds on this exercise. And this is what really took it to another level in my core. So the next exercise was for my left side again, okay? And this worked. That first one really worked the front chain here, down into the lower abdominals, okay? And up through this straight line here on the left side. This one worked more on the outer oblique here. So this is a little bit more advanced that I'm showing you, and if you don't have your abs built up with this one here, okay, it's going to be very hard to get in this position. And in the app we actually have an exercise before the one I'm going to show you that allows you to kind of build your core before you go this, but this is really what ultimately corrected me, so that's why I'm showing you this one. It's like you're doing, you can be on your side here, okay? It's going to get a little bit more into the side of your obliques, but I want the front, so I take a little bit more of an angle, almost like I'm doing like a double leg crunch at 45 degrees, so I'm more here. And that really then targets in to that weakness over here. See how you get like a fist right under here. Okay, you can also go here as well. This isn't bad. You get another little piece as you get over to the side where you can do this angle, which I was really weak at. As far as my right side goes, see when you're swinging, what happens is it's almost like if you have a dumbbell here and you're going like this and you're doing lateral flexion onto the left side. So every time I'm swinging this way, I'm just getting this super strong, okay, my internal external oblique right on the side portion here in the QL, okay? So my QL and my obliques on the side here, on the right side, were extremely underdeveloped. So my abs were really strong, but this was super, super weak on me here. So I didn't even do this on the left side, I just did it all on the right till I built it up even, then I did it on both sides. And just a simple exercise here that you can just do on a machine. Doesn't have to be, the legs don't have to be as high up as I have here. You just open your legs up. So the right leg's on top, left leg's on bottom if I'm working the right side. And then I just come up and down, just like this. Don't worry about weight, okay? You can just get strong on it without any weight, okay? You can put your hands here. As you get stronger then, you can grab a dumbbell, okay, and hang it off. I don't even bother with it. I just do 15, 20 reps and just really get that thing burning. That's what I do on this side. So as far as low back, the lats and the erectors, what you have to understand is that if you try to do any type of bent over row in order to strengthen it up, if you're having low back problems, it's gonna make it worse until you fix the glute medius and the minimus. Okay, so we're gonna show you a quick little exercise that we do, and then we're gonna go in and I'm gonna show you, once that's built up correctly, how to go in and start really training the lats. So we've done a lot of videos on the glute medius and minimus. We're gonna put the links at the end. Okay, I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about that. What I want you to understand is the reason you've seen so many of those exercises because my hip on my right side, and also my left, but mainly my right, was so screwed up, okay? And no matter what exercise I invented, I would get a piece of it, but would never get fixed. These last two, over the last 3 months, have basically fixed me. I'm gonna show you one of the two, because I just don't want to spend too much time on it, okay? And the other one's in the app. Real simple, just bend your knees back a little bit. You can put your foot on top here. You can put your hand here. Okay, this is more medius dominant. And then we're just gonna kick up. Touch, kick out at 45 nice and slow. Touch, kick out at 45. And then you just build this up to 5 pounds, feel it all in your glute. And just make it feel good. At no point do my hips roll over, okay? When I'm doing this here, I'm not going like this. The hips just stay nice and square. Okay, and then I kick up. Real simple. Then this progresses into this. This is called the Destroyer. The first one's called the Sidekick, where I'm really increasing the medial rotation and now I'm involving the minimus and the medius at the same time, okay? If you want to learn more, just go in our app and it's got details on how to test and everything like that. So once you have support from the glute, remember that glute's going to tie right into the lower back here. So once you have support then, and you build that up, then you can start going in and you can start training your erectors, okay? Obviously this is 35 pounds. You want to start with like 10 or 15. And I only did it on my left side because my right erector or lat was literally like an inch out like this, and my left was like this. So I wanted to build my left side up. So this is a little bit more advanced we're showing you, and in the app we actually have an exercise before this that you can develop. Even if your glutes aren't developed, you can use that and you can start with it. So all you're going to do is just a bend over row. Just come down, just stretch a little bit, and then just come up. And I'm just working the one side, and that really helps me tie in to that side. So now we're going to talk about the lats, okay? We talked about the erectors, and that exercise is obviously going to get into the lats too, with the low back, but now we're going to specifically talk about how to isolate into the lats and what happens. So as a right-sided sport dominant athlete, I'm pulling with this side with tennis, and also with boxing here, okay? And golf, I'm pulling with the left upper piece of the base of the teres and the lat. So this got super overdeveloped through this area here, but super underdeveloped down here through this lat section here. On the right side, I literally, when I started this, I had no lat or teres muscle up here, okay? But it was super built up down through this side here. So there's two exercises that I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you this first one here, okay? The single arm lat pull. Again, on my right side, I'm trying to feel this up through the upper lat and teres, okay, on the side here, all right? Nothing in the front of the shoulder. So all I'm doing is I'm coming here, I'm only pulling down to 45 degrees. You wanna feel like you're trying to really pinch your shoulder blades back, come down and just pinch into that side of the lat there. Okay, and we have more specific details on how to do this in the app. But this is a very important exercise here to really learn and develop. And what you have to also understand is my shoulder was jacked up like this, okay? So that last episode I talked about the rear delts, how to develop those in order to get that humerus head to lay back. And then this exercise really helped to drop the shoulder down and back, okay? Because I got the teres to pull that humerus head down. So that's what this did. And then when you work the left side, when I do this, I feel it more down through here. So it's a combination of both. Now we're gonna go into the next exercise. So this exercise is probably the one that helped me the most, okay? This one in combination with this. But you can't do this one, okay? We call this pocket pull downs. You actually start with 2 arms, okay? You can see that in the app. We're gonna show you with 1 arm though. This is the more advanced. But if your rear delts aren't developed, you can't get your shoulder blade back and down and actually feel the right spot when you're doing this, okay? So you gotta develop it with this and the other rear delt exercise we have. And now, this will be pretty easy to learn. And basically you're just pulling down to the bottom edge of your pocket. You take a staggered stance this way, and then I really arch my back, I pull my shoulder back and down, and now I can just kill that upper piece of the teres and lat on this side. Just like that. I'm really pinching my shoulder blades back and down. If you're underdeveloped, you're gonna go like this, and then you get nothing. You're not even gonna be able to feel it until you get all those other pieces. Now on the left side, I just felt it all in my low lat, same technique here. And then I just feel it all in the low lat. Notice how I'm not pulling all the way back, just right to here where I can really get into those lat fibers down below.